claims he had to send Lil Meech to rehab because he was allegedly high on set while filming BMF.
His son is a addict.
Right. Yeah, 50 said he put him in rehab.
Yeah, his son's a addict. You're broke after $5 million? And you got a habit and a clothes habit, but you don't got nothing saved up, and you Big Meech son, you haven't found a way to run it up and take our name, and you gotta think what I'm saying as a failure.
Just a chandelier. I might have seen DJ Khaled with this one. Just that big boy, man.
I'm doing what?
$2 million.
Lil Meech got Richard Millie's Chrome Hard jeans, 10,000. I buy some Chrome Hards for 10,000. I might wear them for a month, bro.
I was still trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, man, what you gonna do? I don't know. I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, to live up to my dad's name.
So 50 Cent just dropped a bomb on Lil Meech, and it turns out Lil Meech's money problems are not only tied to his reckless spending, but also to his alleged addiction to nitrous oxide, shortly after Lil Meech was spotted hanging out with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather. 50 Cent revealed that Lil Meech blew all the money he made from BMF, and we're talking millions here. But that's not all. Fit is now also claiming that besides investing in Lil Meech and paying for his acting classes, he also stepped in when Meech was deep in substance use, and now other insiders are backing up Fit's claims, saying Lil Meech has been struggling with an addiction to whippets, a slang term for nitrous oxide, or laughing gas, and instead of securing the bag and setting himself up for success, Lil Meech allegedly blew through all his BMF money on designer clothes, flashy jewelry, and his rumored whippet addiction. So when his dad, Big Meech, finally came home after 20-plus years in prison, Lil Meech had nothing waiting for him, and that's when Rick Ross swooped in and seized the moment to get back at 50 Cent. And as you all know, this led to the ongoing beef between 50 and the Fenny Fatherson duo. But is there any truth to these addiction rumors about Lil Meech? Did Lil Meech really fumble everything Fent built for him and blow his money on substances? Let's break this down.
So I met 50. 50 put me in acting class for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting class. I had to go every day, two times a day.
Lil Meech appears to still be upset about 50 Cent cutting him off, and he's not keeping it quiet. It all started last month when Big Meech and Rick Ross collaborated on a Welcome Home show that was canceled. 50 Cent then made some serious accusations against Big Meech, accusing him of snitching, but what nobody anticipated was that Fidey also turned on Big Meech's son Lil Meech, who plays the lead role in the Fidey show BMF. When Lil Meech noticed that FY had unfollowed him he messaged him on Instagram to make it obvious that he didn't love Rick Ross and that the conflict wasn't his problem. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only shown you love and loyalty. I'm human. I go through my own. But I never switched up on you. Lil Meech wrote to F. Ross, swearing his loyalty to Fiddy and saying, I would take my shirt off my back for you. However, that didn't age well, because when Fiddy sent something that didn't match the energy and implied that Lil Meech might be getting kicked off BMF, Meech flipped the script and traveled to Miami to party with Floyd Mayweather and Rick Ross. A few days later, Lil Meech posted a mysterious picture of him and his father, Big Meech, with Floyd. He only included the fishing face emoji as a caption, giving the impression that they were working on something significant behind the scenes. Now, there are rumors circulating that Big Meech and Lil Meech may be forming a business partnership with Floyd. But this is where things take a really bad turn. After 50 Cent cut off his main sources of income, Lil Meech allegedly burned through his entire BMF bag in a matter of years. Instead of flipping that money or making wise decisions, he allegedly spent millions on designer clothing, jewelry, and living like a rap superstar without a rap career to support it. Lil Meech even boasted on social media about spending $2 million on an iced out watch and posted pictures of himself wearing custom Chrome Hearts jeans.
Chandelier. I might have seen Fat Joe DJ Khaled with this one. It's that big boy, man.
I'm doing what?
$2 million.
Love Me reportedly spent $5 million in 3 years on jewelry, vehicles, and clothing while making no investments. Tonio Meech also allegedly acted arrogantly, telling people like Lil Baby that they should make a payment to Big Meech. Lil Meech was essentially pretending that people were only supposed to give him money, and to top it all off, you revealed that Lil Meech was soliciting money from individuals while simultaneously spending $100,000 on pants.
So, the show was successful, 3 seasons in. Lil Meech was making money, but he was spending it hand over fist. Like you said, there was the Richard Mille watch, which he got, almost
I mean,
arrested
you see
over.
it yourself.
There
It was
all
shit.
all the clothes.
Yeah, it's.
I'm seeing go yard luggage.
Yeah,
Like, this is shit that I afforded later on in life.
Come on, man. Oh, and then you in Atlanta at that when indulging spending money. Like you see a mouth with 100,000 poking out his pocket, doing 40, 50,000 in the club. That's what you around. You gonna spend money. Chrome heart jeans. You got 10 pair of those. Do the math. What's that? 100,000? Shout to Chrome heart. You know what I'm saying? But you know me, I get some Chrome hearts. I'm gonna wear them for at least 2 weeks. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. But I felt like when we left there, it was a money thing because what Lil Meech said about the Ferrari and Little Baby having 4 pockets full of money and didn't give his pops nothing. You know what I'm saying? Me, I would have never, I wouldn't even have mentioned no shit that in front of real anyway. That's just.
What makes this whole thing even wilder is that Lil Meech himself admitted that when he first met Fetty, he was completely lost, had no direction, and didn't know what his next move was going to be. But FY saw potential in him, took him under his wing, and even paid for his acting classes for 2 years, even though he could have easily hired someone with real experience who wouldn't be a liability.
I was still trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, man, what you gonna do? That shit, I don't know. I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, to live up to my dad's name. And he called me one day, he's like, man, they looking at Terrence Howard and Nipsey Hussle, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to play me, but you gotta go to acting class so you can get ready. So I met 50. 50 put me in acting classes for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting classes. I had to go every day, 2 times a day, 5 days a week. In the morning, in the afternoon, come back home, study again, do the same thing the next day.
Wow, and a ball player.
Yeah, but I put in the work though, and it showed me that 50 couldn't get me the job. I had to get myself the job. My dad couldn't get me the job. They would have hired somebody else that already had acting experience. I had no experience, so I was coming.
It seems as though Lil Meech believed he could live a lavish life indefinitely and that someone would continue to give him millions of dollars. But this is where it gets more worse. You would think that since FY took a chance on him and gave him the chance of a lifetime, he would be extra careful not to blow it. FI recently revealed that Lil Meech would arrive to set high, dropping even another bombshell. And after learning that Meech was supposedly addicted to Whip It, sometimes known as nitrous oxide or lane gas, FY not only helped him get sober, but also covered the cost of his rehabilitation. Over time, the phrase whippets became slang for using nitrous oxide because individuals discovered they could open whipped cream canisters containing nitrous gas and inhale the gas for a short high. Recreationally, particularly at parties and clubs. Lately, whippets have gained popularity among celebrities, and the fallout has been unsightly. Long-term inhalation of nitrous oxide lowers the quantity of oxygen accessible to your brain and body and can lead to a number of major health problems. Long-term use can be fatal, resulting in brain damage, unconsciousness, or even death. However, nitrous oxide has been connected to numerous tragic deaths, including Aaron Carter's, and more recently, there have been reports that Kanye West may also be addicted to his belongings. One of Kanye's former employees even claimed that Kanye has been using a private dentist to keep his nitrous supply steady.
Hey Garcia, this Jay, I'm on the nitrous.
And I was at the dentist's office the other day. I was taking the nitrous oxide. I suggested if anybody's stressed out.
Returning to the alleged addiction of Lil Mia, according to a recent post by FI, Big Meech has always taught his son that using illicit drugs and blowing money is cool. However, FI also claimed that he is the only one who has truly stepped in as a father figure and attempted to help me get back on track. And here's the most outrageous part. FI disclosed that Lil Me had a complete breakdown during the BMF filming. Due to his substance abuse problems, and Fidey had to intervene and provide him the assistance he required. FI wrote, "After giving it some thought, I believe he felt uneasy about my relationship with Mimi. I told Mimi that I didn't want him to do X, and he said that was cool. I told Mimi to stop wasting all of her money, and he told him how much money he had blown. People were unaware that I had to send Mimi to rehab." Russell Hornsby looked across at. "Ian told me that the little had whippets in his truck after he started throwing up during a weapons test. I asked, what the his whippets? and looked at the B and BB guns. But is there any concrete evidence that Lil Meech is struggling with a nitrous addiction, or was Fitty just stirring things up? It turns out that Fitty wasn't being messy, and several industry insiders who used to hang out with Lil Meech are saying his. One well-known example of substance abuse is underground rapper Brick Baby, who recently told DJ Vlad that Lil Meech is unquestionably an addict. Brick Baby also criticized Lil Meech for squandering all of the money he earned from BMF without considering his father or taking any significant steps to protect his future.
The guy is a addict.
Right. Yeah, 50 said he put him in rehab.
Yeah, his son's a addict.
Look, man, with the fact.
I kicked it with Lil Meech, and you know he getting money and all that now, but this is like my unc's son. Like this is Big Meech, a dude that I was up under when I was 17, and I seen him, and his dad hates you and all that. So just like the lean and the opiates, like you gotta think that wasn't in when Big Meech left. So you look at he looking down at drug addicts. So at the end of the day, I feel like Meech came home and felt like his son was a failure as far as what was going on.
A failure?
He's broke.
That's crazy.
You're broke. No, hold on. You're broke after $5 million, and you gotta have it in the clothes habit, but you don't got nothing saved up, and you Big Meech son, you haven't found a way to run it up and take our name. And you gotta think what I'm saying as a failure, not a failure like, oh, you da-da-da-da. But as far as you were in position to keep the name going, and your $5 million went to you doing what? So now I come home and I'm looking for help from everybody else, but I put you guys in position in order to do something with my name and put some money up for the family.
In addition to everything else, fans are now searching through Lil Meech's past, locating old videos and interviews, and they are beginning to draw some conclusions, stating that a lot of these videos fans are citing instances from interviews where Lil Meech appeared drowsy and blur-eyed, suggesting that he is on drugs. Fighting to be vigilant, and then there are other even stranger recordings of Lil Meech acting irrationally, such as when he began to quarrel with Pope's staff.
I'm waiting on your phone, baby. I'm waiting on your phone. We made your food fresh. We waiting on your food. You can't be wake up on me like this. You don't know who to love me like this? I'm just saying. But I'm saying but I'm just saying. Why you say that? I am being friendly. I'm giving you the same energy you're giving me.
What about that moment? Despite being 22 years old and soon to turn 23, Lil Meech decided it would be a good idea to pretend he was a minor in order to avoid getting jailed after an unloaded handgun was discovered in his luggage and he was unable to produce a license for it. In addition to his arrest, L attempted to use the "Do you know who I am" tactic, naming drop 50 Cent in an attempt to convince TSA officers that he is a famous person.
I know, but unfortunately, there's certain procedures we have to follow anytime something comes in that's prohibited, correct? Right. So listen, you understand that, correct? Do you have your ID on you?
Sir, my ID's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
So we can get that all straight.
I have security guards, sir.
Okay.
See how much jewelry I have on me?
Listen, that's okay if you got that. The problem is bringing it into the checkpoint. Just have a seat for me.
My mom's a flight attendant.
Just have a seat.
I would never do that, sir. I promise you, man. I went to private school. I'm a good kid, man.
I'm not saying you're bad. Have I mistreated you or anything?
Not at all. Not at all, sir. I'm trying to tell you, sir.
But you understand the severity of what is occurring, right?
I would never do this. I fly every week.
Listen, if what you're telling me is true, we can work things out, okay?
Please, I'm working.
But there's procedures we have to follow. It looks like possibly 2 guns and a few mags. He's saying that he's an actor and he has private security guards.
Does he have security weapons permission?
No, he doesn't have a...
Listen, sir, I was going to tell you.
His ID and everything's supposedly in the bag.
Listen, sir, I want to tell you 1 second. I fly every week, sir. I have security guards, and we're rushing to the airport. I have a premiere. I'm an actor. That's why I have a big chain. Me and 50 Cent have a TV show.
Oh,
sir, this will ruin my life.
Do you have a concealed weapons permit?
No, sir, but I have never...
Meech first told the TSA officer that he didn't pack his own bag, which is one of the last things you ever want to say at an airport. He then makes it worse by saying that he is a minor, even though he is 23. What's even stranger is that at one point, Lil Meech asks if he can take his ID off his luggage. But why would you tell the police that you're a minor and then take out an ID that clearly shows you're not? When this whole drama between FY and Big Meech first started, fans felt sorry for Lil Meech and even called out FY for unfairly punishing Elmi for his dad's actions. Now that Fitty has come out and claimed that Lil Meech has a nitrous oxide addiction, fans are examining this and wondering how much of this strange behavior is related to his alleged habit. Although fans initially believed FY was wrong for disclosing those texts Elmi sent him, they are now beginning to change their minds, especially now that Lil Meech is hanging out with Ross and Floyd Mayweather and rubbing it in 50 Cent's face. This isn't a good look, especially considering that only a few weeks ago, Lil Meech was publicly disparaging Ross and cursing up and down that he's loyal to Fitty. So now people are saying that El Mech has proven to be a liability and that perhaps FI was right to cut him off before things got worse. Now that there are rumors circulating about Lil Mech's alleged nitrous oxide addiction, fans are saying that Fit's reaction was justified because Fitty went above and beyond for Lil Meech, acting as a father figure by investing in him and giving him opportunity after opportunity. What do you think of all this? Was Scent right to cut Lil Meech off? How do you feel about the rumors surrounding Lil Meech's nitrous oxide addiction? Even paying for his rehab only for Elmi to recklessly spend all that money and then switch on Fiddy as soon as Fiddy hinted he was taking BMF off air. Comment below with your opinions, and don't forget to see this following video. Bye.